My name is Chef Michael Montgomery from the Culinary School of the Rockies. In today's segment, we are going to bake our flourless chocolate cake. It's been in the oven for about 25 minutes. I'm going to tell you how to determine when it's done. We're going to pull it out, plate it, and garnish it. Our flourless chocolate cake has spent about 25 minutes in a 350-degree oven. I've pulled it out, allowed it to sit on a cooling rack until it has come to about room temperature, which has taken about just under an hour. The first thing I do when it's in the oven to determine doneness is look at the top of the cake. As you can see, the cake souffles, so those egg whites actually rise, they souffle, they fall a bit, and then the cake will actually start to crack on the top. These large cracks that you can see are a very good indication that your cake is done. You can always take a skewer, a toothpick, a small knife, and insert it, pull it out, and make sure you're getting no raw batter. It should, this is a flourless chocolate cake, have a very nice moist crumb. However, it should not be a raw batter. First thing I'm going to do is thinking about dressing this wedge of flourless chocolate cake up. By doing that, I have two different plate sauces that are pretty common in any restaurant kitchen, and you certainly can do them at home. This is a raspberry coulis, which is simply pureeing any frozen raspberries you have on hand, a little bit of sugar, a little bit of water, and some lemon juice. And this is what we call creme anglaise. It's a luscious vanilla plate sauce made by stirring egg yolks, tempering them with hot milk. It's considered to be a stirred custard. The first thing I'm going to do, however, is tackle our cake. The reason we decided to bake this flourless chocolate cake in a springform pan is you can easily pop the collar off, lift it up, and I will actually cut the cake on the base of the pan. This prevents you from having to invert the cake or attempting to slide the cake off a base. I would never want to destroy our beautiful flourless chocolate cake at this point in time. Before I introduce our wedge of chocolate cake to the plate, I want to give our plate, number one, some color, number two, some really lovely flavor from our plate sauces. You can be as creative as you want with this. I'm going to take advantage of the white plate and the gorgeous red sauce. And then I'm going to go on the other side with a little of our creme anglaise for another color, and even better than that, a really luscious flavor. You can then get creative and a toothpick or a skewer start playing and just pulling through to make it a little more interesting. Again, I'm just pulling a skewer or a toothpick through my puddles to make them a little more interesting. Next will come our wedge of flourless chocolate cake. Flourless chocolate cake should look nice and fudge-like. However, remember we folded in all of those egg whites, so we do have a fudge-like appearance with a very light, luscious, delicate texture. The last thing I like to do is give the plate a little green. I have a sprig of fresh mint that I will then place right beside our flourless chocolate cake, dressing this wedge up and making it as beautiful as possible.